Me, personally, I like to emphasize the fact that languages are not as difficult as they are made out, and that sometimes the barriers that we put up are self-imposed. So I can help you get to a stage where you are confident you can do it and show you very quickly methods to start speaking. Okay, so my language course is just me. It's not a multi-million-dollar organization. It's me, my experience, the things that I've gone through to learn languages, the passion I have for doing it, and all of the shortcuts that I've figured out over 20 years of teaching. That's my approach. Now, in the past, I've used Duolingo for lots of amazing things. It's an incredible app, and it does help you along your journey. And if it's motivational, that's great. It can be a way to sort of get you going. The reason I feel personally that Duolingo can't take necessarily everybody where they need to go is because of the way it builds up the language. Now, I find the gamification of language learning slightly problematic. If you are starting and the motivation is there just because of streaks and gems and the fact that you want to keep your daily target going, there are people posting online 2,000-day streaks. It does happen. Since probably the app was beginning, there are people who've been doing it every day. And that is absolutely phenomenal. But honestly, I don't feel it's always the best way to start your journey, particularly if you're the sort of person, and I come across a lot of these people who are struggling to start because of self-doubt, fear of languages, poor past experiences, and these things. Now, an app on your phone can give you a nudge. It can remind you all you haven't learned today. But you should be learning because it's a pleasure, not because you feel guilty when you don't, or because you're excited about maintaining your streak. I think a combination of ways of learning can be very powerful. I'm not saying don't use Duolingo. If you like it, then great. Yeah, you can tack on some vocabulary. But what I'm saying is if you really want to speak the language, there are other ways to do it. And you don't really have to spend years on an app, unlocking special features and paying for premium in order to get what you need. The fact that you have to rely on nudges and reminders to do the work makes you think that you need to be doing it every day. And doing a little bit every day is certainly not going to hurt, but it's certainly not necessary. You do not need to be pressured into doing this. If it's something that you love and it's something that you want to do, you will find the time. And time has to be right. The environment has to be right. It's much more beneficial to learn when you're in a relaxed state, in a relaxing place, comfortable, with no distractions, and you can really absorb what's going on. A lot of people end up doing Duolingo on the train or the bus, the commute, waiting for a meeting to start here and there. And I'm not saying that it won't be effective in some way. Of course it will be. You're exposing yourself to the language. But what it's not going to do is allow you to learn on your terms and to do it because you want to. Now, with my course, I don't say that you have to learn every day. In fact, the recording of the course with my 2 students, I encouraged them to come when they could. We tried to schedule 1 lesson a week. There was a period where we managed to get a couple in a week, and through family illnesses and the normal parts of life that get in the way, particularly over winter when everyone got sick, there were times when we only had a chance to meet once a month. And in between, I told them that they could listen to the lessons we'd already recorded if they wished, but that they didn't need to. And they came back naturally the next time, and we very quickly picked up where we left off. And we kept rolling. There's no specific time frame in which you need to do this. If you've got access to my course and you become a member, then it's there for life. And you don't have to worry about how quickly you do it. You don't have to worry if one week you don't find time or you can't do a lesson. It's always going to be there. Now, there's no more effective method of learning than being interested in what you want to do and feeling relaxed as you do it. The reason that language learning in schools, or any learning, particularly in schools, is made more difficult is because it's a stressful environment. There's a lot going on when you're young, and not only hormones and things, but if you think about it, you're in a room with lots of people and distractions, and you're moving from lesson to lesson to lesson. The environment, the weather, you're tired, you didn't sleep, something going on, your pet's just died. there are moments when we can't learn or it's less effective. So the question of Duolingo is a broader question, actually. Any language teaching or instruction that you get, any app, any product, including the one I have, has to work for you. The philosophy behind it has to support you and your learning and what you are trying to do. If you want to learn and you want to learn on your terms, I strongly advise you to learn in a relaxed way, when you can, in an environment that's suitable for learning and that helps you learn. I don't say that Duolingo is a bad thing. By all means, continue to use it if it's useful to you. But there are other ways to go about this. And I think that the advantage of learning with an audio-based course first, which is the reason I do this audio-based mainly, is because that's how we learn our first language. We listen, we process, and then we start speaking. So if you really want to kickstart your language journey, and you've tried things like Duolingo and things aren't sticking, it may be time to try a different approach. Now, I talk a lot about how to set up your language learning atmosphere, making sure that you're comfortable, etc. It's really fundamental, and you can't really skip that step. If you want to do this and you want to do it well, you have to carve out some time for yourself. It has to be a pleasurable experience, something you look forward to. And you need to not worry about not being able to do it all the time. You've got to let go slightly of the panic of forgetting if you don't do it every day. That's not healthy, and I think it can hold a lot of people back. So, in brief, Duolingo is fine for some people, but there are a lot of people who get frustrated or end up stressed because they lose their streak or they haven't got enough gems to answer that question that day. It's a shame. I think it needs to be fun. You don't need the stress. You don't need the nudge. If you want to learn, you want to learn. And I think finding that freedom to do it when you want to do it, when it's best for you, is really where we need to be heading. So I hope this has helped to nudge you in the right direction. If it's confirmed that Duolingo is the way for you, brilliant, you go for it. That's awesome. Essentially, I'm all about helping people find the path that's right for them. There are lots of courses available which will offer you a chance to work on your terms. Me, personally, I like to emphasize the fact that languages are not as difficult as they are made out, and that sometimes the barriers that we put up are self-imposed. So I can help you get to a stage where you are confident you can do it and show you very quickly methods to start speaking. So if you're interested in getting started and trying a free hour, there's a link to my Facebook group. Go and check out the first hour of the audio course that is available. And you'll hear the two students going from absolutely nothing, not being able to answer basic questions even about their own language, getting to the stage where they can form sentences, even after lesson one. And if that's interesting to you, drop me a line and let me know, and we can have a chat about getting you signed up and started on your journey to speaking this beautiful language.